Good evening, dudes and dudettes. This is obviously Light Tiger here, and today I'm going to be talking about this pretty exciting crypto project that I recently found out about, that I've been using for a couple of weeks now, on and off, and it's basically called YUP. It's a token on EOS, and to give you kind of the elevator pitch line, it's an extension that you download to your browser, which allows you to curate different types of content in the internet, such as tweets, YouTube videos, websites, and other stuff. And basically, by curating stuff, you can earn the YUP tokens, basically, and earn influence by doing so. And these are kind of connected to each other. It does require to have a Twitter account and certain amount of followers before you can actually sign in and start using it. I don't remember the right amount right now, but I'm gonna leave that in the actual description. So how does it work? So basically, you add the Chrome extension here, and as you can see, it's already 5 ratings, which is pretty good. And basically, you just add it, and then you are able to rate anything. This gives you this sort of a YUP button, and there's heart, there's a light bulb, and there's this funny face, funny rating, smart rating, and also the like rating. And then you can earn tokens, obviously, and you can sell them on Nudex. That's what I did. You can also use Venmo and Amazon gift cards, which is pretty impressive for a startup project here, which hasn't been that much in the space yet. And I'm pretty astounded, even though they have gotten pretty good press from TechCrunch, Forbes, and Coinbase. I think it's going to be eventually picking up more, and it's going to be like another Brave, basically. And it's like something really good for me as a content creator, because as content creators are constantly looking different ways to make money in the space without having to rely on donations. And I do ask people for donations now and then, but that's not the ideal case. Eventually, I want the system to be able to just live off by the ad revenue, the Brave payments, and other types of things like the YUP, for example. And I think there will be more of these in the future with different models. And basically, as I said, here's good examples: tweets, YouTube videos, food places, Reddit posts, basic websites, URLs. These are very convenient for URLs because now I can basically give very low rating for scam websites, for example, because then people can indicate a bit that something is sketchy about this website when they see that rating for that specific website. So that can be very useful type of a tool in the future. Maybe they will add some type of a warning, scam rating, I don't know. Those can be abused, which can be problematic. There's also like ranked listings in the actual interface. We're going to be looking into that in a second. And then there are curated feeds, which are kind of interesting as well. And let's kind of jump into the tokenomics before we go into the actual interface and the extension. So there is 100K YUPX tokens right now. They're going to be doing the YUP token eventually. This is kind of like like a pre-mine of sorts. And I think there's going to be some type of a minting model, or maybe there's going to be, it's going to be deflating, or it's inflating, or they're probably going to be doing a more, specific and in-depth type of a tokenomics in the future. Right now, this is, to my understanding, a bit of like a test version, which can be already traded. And the way that it works is interesting also, the formula behind it. So your influence is based on how long you have holded the tokens on your account, how active you have been, and then there's the social level thing, which I didn't quite understand. It has to do with the orders on all the accounts that reference the previous blocks. I guess that's, something about how old the account is. Maybe one of the developers can clarify that in the comment section below. But due to the token age mechanism, means that if you're going to be dumping every time you're going to be getting the rewards, your influence is going to be very low. The higher influence you have, the higher rewards you will have. So it's a very interesting system in that sense, and I'm very particularly looking forward to see how it's going to be advancing in the future. But let's get into the actual feed, and this is the main page. For example, you can see Twitter accounts, and people have rated differently, different people, like Joe, they like and they think is funny, but not very smart. Not very smart, Joe Biden. I don't blame them. And there's a lot of other people. Cardi B is here, and many people. Anybody can add it here. Even I have my own rating. I don't know what it is. Maybe we can try to find it. This is the Twitter account. Remember, there's the actual Yup account, which is different. Maybe I will have like, okay, not very. I'm very funny apparently. I'm half smart, and then I'm gonna like 2 on the actual likes, so that's good. My rank is 134, I guess, among all Twitter accounts. I'm not sure about that. What does that mean? But that's an example. Then there's the Yup profile, and this one basically shows you your Yup balance and my influence. I got 82 out of 100, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Even though I'm not following, and these things, I have to get more into the ecosystem. But as you know, crypto is so time consuming when you follow so many projects that I try to find always time for great social media platforms. And I think Yup has definitely a future because their ecosystem, even if, let's say, EOS would crumble tomorrow, they can migrate to anything basically the next day. It doesn't, like, their whole ecosystem is not bound to the token in that way, if that makes sense. And then as we have obviously the feeds. Right now my internet is also a bit slow, so usually this loads up a lot faster, by the way, just so you know. And here you can see the people's posts and what they've been liked, and also types of videos, and you can also add comments. Yeah, and I'm gonna be okay, it's gonna be asking me to download the Yup extension, but I already have it. So I think that's my browser glitching on my other browser. I have 2 accounts of Yup, so the other one actually has no problem on posting. So this is the slim peek. They don't have an Opera extension. This is the thing I don't like necessarily about a lot of crypto projects, or I wish they would have more demand on Opera, because Opera is pretty crypto friendly as a company, and I think people should build extensions for them as well. But I'm not a developer. I don't know how is that working. But as you can see, there are the lists, there are the feeds, there are the tutorials, blogs, docs, privacy. And for example, here I have my latest video, and I can up a Yup rating to it. Selfishly, I'm going to give myself 5 likes. And there's obviously, and now you can see that the rating has been submitted. And there's obviously limitations how many upvotes you can give per day. And that's obviously because so people won't abuse and just spam like things. And I think that's good. And these types of social platforms always need constant tweaking. When we look at the history of Steam, Hive, or any social media platform, there's going to be always changes, so the people won't game the system, so to speak. And here is the actual token. It's currently sitting at 83 cents, and the supply is 100k. The circulating supply is 97% basically. Nudex DeFi box is basically a Uniswap in EOS. And DeFi's network, not familiar with that one, and I believe it might also be in some centralized exchange, but all the exchange links are down below. And hopefully this was a good rundown into the Yup extension. I find it really good, and obviously when you open up any random website, let's go back to the blocks.io. Now we can rate this website as well. I think it's a very smart website, so I'm going to be giving it a rating basically. And this one also shows you how many ratings you have left per day. And by clicking that, you're going to be seeing, and here you have the account, Yup feeds, the withdrawal button. There's some type of an invite system, but it's not online. But I might get an invite code from the developers maybe, and if I do, I'm going to share it with you guys. But it seemed a very interesting project, and I'm going to be covering it a lot more in the future if there's going to be a lot more updates on it. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. All the information about Yup can be found on their website, on the blog and tutorial pages. There's a lot of information stored here, so about everything about the rewards and how much everything works, about the detailed nitty-gritty details, as you may see. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure to drop some EOS if you want to, also into this address if you want to give donations. But I will see you guys on the next video, whatever it may be. Cheers.